Hello everyone, we're here in a Mandarin Matrix school and we're excited to talk to you today about Mandarin Matrix and introduce some of the materials and the platform. I am Eric Chipman, or Mai Lao Shi, and this good lady is?
I'm Nancy West, 夏老师.
So we're excited today to talk to you about our experience using Mandarin Matrix in the classroom and a little bit about how it's used and why schools choose it. So first of all, I as a teacher, I was trained as a high school and a middle school Chinese teacher, and I spent most of my career teaching in the dual immersion program, 4th, 5th, and 3rd grade. I also had the opportunity to teach a FLES program in an international school and also in a private school here in the US. And later on, I had an opportunity to work at the University of Utah Confucius Institute, and that's how I got to know Mandarin Matrix at first.
I taught the 1st grade DLI for 3 years, and then I went to BYU, worked on the curriculum for 5 years, and later on I had a chance to work on the 9th graders, and that's DLI program as well.
Yeah, she got to teach the same students she taught in 1st grade as she did again in 9th grade, so you got to see the whole spectrum of the students.
They took AP and they did very well.
That's great. Way to go, Nancy. She's an amazing teacher. We worked together for a lot of years. Yeah,
exactly.
A lot of years. So one of the reasons that I joined Mandarin Matrix originally is I was really impressed with how willing they were to work and listen to teachers. So all the stuff that we make goes through teachers and goes through the experience of the classroom, those who have been on the front lines and in the classroom, including us. When I was really interested in them as a publisher and how interested they were in capturing the teacher's experience. And so that was one of the reasons I joined, and as I saw the good works that they were doing, and I really wanted to help, and I just believe in teachers and publishers working together to get the best results. What do you think, Nancy?
I think it's so important to work with a publisher who knows how to work with the DLI program in America, and this is the reason I like to join the Mandarin Matrix.
Yeah. So it first started for me when I was at the Confucius Institute, and when I was tasked with helping find curriculum and things to use for the dual immersion program, which at the time was really new and there wasn't a lot of available materials for that. So we started working with different publishers, and Mandarin Matrix came out and was really willing to work with us and listen to the teachers. And so we started developing this curriculum that is also expanded into online digital platforms and all sorts of teacher guide materials. We're excited to talk to you about each piece and the design behind it and our thinking and the research behind it. So we're going to talk to you about that today, and hopefully you can get as much as you want out of that and understand why a school would choose Mandarin Matrix. So we were excited to talk to you today about why a school chooses Mandarin Matrix generally. So what a school typically wants when they're looking at Mandarin Matrix is they have a lot of teachers in their program with a lot of different backgrounds. Maybe they're a brand new guest teacher, maybe they're experienced, maybe they're a local teacher, maybe they are not all the way qualified, maybe they're really experienced, but there's usually a big mix. And so school would want to have a curriculum, like a system that can be put in place to help those teachers not get so burnt out and to help them build on what's already there so they can build on top of that, kind of increase the floor of the results of what you're getting, and so that a school can guarantee or close to guarantee results in the classroom, because we have experienced ourselves the pain of having to develop everything on our own, right, Nancy?
Yeah, I remember the first year, there's almost no materials. So we have to do it every day, every weekend, so it was painful.
Yeah, so painful. We had that experience of trying to make everything every day, and it's hard to teach for a long time doing that, like making all your own stuff, and so it really is painful. And so I know for me, like when making all the things, it was just hard to keep going, and that's not what we want, right? We want to get experienced teachers that are staying there, that are building on their experiences, and so I think Mandarin Matrix really helps schools, and that's why they choose it. Another reason that schools really want that is they typically have goals that they have, particularly for proficiency and the actual proficiency guidelines, and they have these goals, but maybe their teachers aren't sure what the goal even means or like how to get there. So to have a curriculum that's designed to get them to those proficiency goals, that really helps a teacher know that the curriculum is guiding them to meet those goals, right, Nancy?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think this is something that's like where schools really want to have something they can plug in and build up their school and give some structure to their school. Another reason that people choose Mandarin Matrix is they really struggle with differentiation. So this would be where, especially when you're getting to your upper grades or the kids are coming in with a variety of levels, and you have some kids that are doing great, and you have some kids that are in 4th grade in a Chinese immersion program but are reading on a 1st grade level. And that is another painful thing we've experienced, right? Having all those different kids.
Well, for the higher achiever kids, we struggle to find materials for them to use as well. And Mandarin Matrix kind of supplement with that too.
Right, so the Mandarin Matrix, you can, in your online platform, help kids that are on the advanced level, keep pushing them, and also help your lower performing students that are struggling in reading Chinese to help get caught up. And I, as a teacher, this is one of the main reasons I joined Mandarin Matrix, is I never could help those kids that were kind of stuck at that bottom tier, and like I was never able to help them get back up. But Mandarin Matrix, the platform particularly, helped me move those kids up and get closer to the middle of the class and really help them improve and build some confidence.
小孩子说什么？跟你旁边人说一下。
This group of students, they use Mandarin Matrix curriculum since grade 1. And from where I can see, they remember a lot more those vocabulary.
Since I teach first grade, they come to me ground zero, nothing. Mandarin Matrix with the books, the pictures, it's make it easier for me to help the kids make the connection.
I think the spiral system is very awesome because every unit, they keep circling those major words. When you talk about something every day and very often, of course, you can retain.
小孩子有一个东西，我不知道是什么，
你看到小孩子有一个东西，不知道是什么？
可能是一个摄影机。
It's connecting, it's authentic, it's real. As soon as they see the pictures, students immediately recognize what's that in my home.
Because it's more realistic, and they actually look at, oh, that's a bed that looks like a real bed in my home.
So we know like when a teacher like can connect with the students, that makes it a lot more engaging and more meaningful, and everyone's happier, the whole program's happier, the whole school is happier. So having stories where it gives something the teachers to talk about with the kids and learn about them, I think that's super important.
But it also entices the students to the stories, and they feel learning Chinese is meaningful for them because it's related with their daily life.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's like connected to the things that they want to talk about. If they're only just learning things that like about apples or oranges or just other like world language things, like it's not always meaningful things. So to have stories about their daily lives, that really makes them excited to learn Chinese.